Whether you're hitting the road for football or tackling some yard work, fall is officially here. And that means it's also time to make sure your car is in shape for the season. So what steps do you need to take to make sure your car is in tip-top shape? Our Kylie Miller joins us from outside the studio with a car expert to share the top 3 essential tips to keep your car running smoothly. Kylie, I busted out a notepad. I've got my pen. Hit me with it. Give me my to-do list.
It's a super important topic, so that's why we're here with a car expert, and we're talking about basically the safety tips for the new upcoming season of fall as well as winter. So Lindsberg, thank you so much for being here with us today. Of course, it is raining now,
Perfect.
So it's kind of fitting that we are talking about this. So
exactly.
Walk us through some tips that people will need to do in order to prepare their car for the fall season and winter.
So we had a very nice summer. It was very hot, but as we prepare for Michigan fall, a lot of times people don't understand that they need to prepare their vehicle for that. So I have some checklists here. First thing I always say, check your oil. All right, that's very easy and you can do it yourself. You're just going to pull this out, and as you pull it out,
and this is easy enough that I can actually do
yes,
this.
you can do this. A couple things I wouldn't suggest, but when you look, you see that dipstick and it has oil on it, that means you're ready. Even though this is a new vehicle, we're just using this as an example. But definitely you want to check your fluids. You got your brake fluid here. You're going to open that up, look inside, and if you can see that fluid, that means you're good. If you can't see that fluid, I would suggest taking it to the dealership so they can put some more brake fluid in there.
And speaking of brake fluids, you also want to make sure that your brakes are in check. Those
Definitely.
are good to go, right?
Definitely. And that's something that you really can't check yourself. If you hear any squeaking, any grinding, or you have to push all the way down, then you need some new brakes.
Okay, and you guys can check that at Feldman.
We check that as well, all right?
Okay.
Right here is your coolant fluid. That is very necessary. There's a certain level on the side. If it's below that, then you need to take it in and make sure that they fill that up as well.
And we can't forget about the windshield blades.
Windshield blades, the wipers are so important.
Especially on a day like today, you have to make sure that those are good. Is Rain-X also good for your car?
Rain-X is good, but it's some good old-fashioned wiper blades will do the trick as well.
Okay, and we want to make sure that everyone is driving safe, so tires are
so important. Now, Michigan is known for our infamous potholes, and if your tires are bald like my head, then you're going to have some problems. So you want to make sure you check your thread, and if you can see Lincoln's head, you got good thread. All right?
Okay.
Or if you can put your finger in there and move it around, you're doing well as well.
And we know, especially when the leaves start falling too, that can act as ice, especially when it rains. So you want to make sure that you have good tires. You also have another vehicle over here. This is our EV vehicle.
Yeah,
right?
So I brought this EV just to show our EV owners, just because you have a different engine, yours is powered by a battery, you still have the same brake fluid, coolant fluid, and you need to check these as well.
So very important to check your cars for fall, winter coming up. Lindsberg, thank you so much for being with us. You're with Feldman Automotive, the one in Livonia.
The one in Livonia,
Tell us about where people can find you.
Well, you can find me on Instagram or TikTok at Lindsberg for real, or you can come to Feldman Chevrolet and we can take care of you there.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you
so much.
Pleasure.
I appreciate it.
It's perfect weather.
I know. It's actually really fitting that we were talking about this. The rain just started happening. You said when you were setting up there was no rain, and now here we are talking about rain.
Let's get ready for the fall.
So, Rochelle, hopefully you got everything written down on your list so we can all be prepared for this upcoming season.
I did. I especially like the Lincoln penny trick. That's memorable. Kylie, thank you.